Suratul Zalzalah. It has 8 verses. It is the 99th verse of the Holy Quran. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now onto the word Allah. I know you say it always, but you might be saying it wrongly. I have a video dedicated to how to pronounce it correctly. However, in this case, is one aspect of it, which is whatever letter is before the word Allah is just the diacritic you are to take note of. Here is Kisra, meaning you would pronounce the word Allah lightly because it is Kisra. So it is Millahi and not Millahi. Either, that thal close to dal, either and not iza, not the one close to raw, za, no. This is the, your teeth will be on your tongue. We will treat it in our huruf class, inshallah. Either. Zulzila, this is the one that is close to raw, za, right? Zulzila. Zaun domazu lam skun zul zulzila. Til arudhu taun kisrati. Then that thing that looks like alif is actually mud. It's just for the purpose of writing, but you should ignore it totally when you want to pronounce it. But then there is a lam there, lam skun, til, then arudhu, til arudhu. Zilza, then laha, not ha as in the small one. This is the big ha, laha, ha, and not ha, and not ha. There is not like plain ha. So إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها. وأخرج. That thing is ha, not ha, not أخرج. It's أخرج, ha. After ha, then ha. وأخرج. One fata, alif hamza fata, then ha. Til, town kisrati. Arudhu. It's not ardu. Do not as in dal, but do as in bod. Arudhu. Athqa. Alif hamza fatha a, then thaun skun. Tha alif bata not sa, not asqa, not ashqa. This is ta'un, athqa, and not ka, not athqa, because qaf is a thick letter, so you say athqa. Laha, the big ha, laha. وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها. وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها. وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها. أثقالها وقال وقال الإنسان Alif Hamza Kisra E, then there is a noon that doesn't have anything there. That is Noon Sakina. If you don't know it, go to our first lecture on this Tajweed is Noon Sakinati wa Tanween, the identification. Go and watch that video. I will link everything down below, Insha Allah, so that you would understand it better. And the rule is whenever you are reciting and you come across this, you would make a gunna on it, and that is why we say insanu and not insanu. Insanu, the weight in there is the gunna. Insanu malaha, not malaha, malaha, because of the mud in front of the ma. وقال الإنسان ما لها وقال الإنسان ما لها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ Alright, here there is a rule of ikhfa. Ikhfa is between, you pronounce ikhfa between izhar and idgham. Go and watch the video on ikhfa so that you would understand it better, and that is why I included that ta in this cycle. يومئذ تحدث ح. After ta is ha, not ha, not ha, not ha. Ha is the small one. تحدث. Then alif bata tha, right? تحدث. أخبارها خاء and not not أخبارها, not أخبار, it is أخبارها. Alif Hamza Fata'a, خاء سكون, then ba'un fata ba, akhba, then ra fata ra. It's not ra. I can easily say ra, akhbaraha, but it's not ra because ra is a thick letter, so it's to be thickened, and that is why we say ra and not ra. Akhbara, then ha, the big ha, akhbaraha. يومئذ تحدث أخبارها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن. The rule of noon mushaddada, any noon that you see that has a shadda, you would have to make a gunna on it. Bi'anna, and that is why we say bi'anna and not bi'anna, but we waited a bit. Rabbaka. You remember ra is to be thickened, and that is why you wouldn't say rabbaka. No, rabbaka. Now, nice. Rabbaka. أوحى لها بأن ربك أوحى لها بأن ربك ربك أوحى لها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يومئذ. Now this is idgham. Go and learn about idgham. I have a video on idgham. You can watch it also so that you would understand it better. Idgham is merging of two letters of idgham. The tanween or nun sakina later, and then the later of the idgham, which is ya in this case, and that is why you say yawma idhi. I just want to show you, and that is why I brought in the ya here, yawma idhi, and not your all right. Yasdurun. Yes, yaun fata ya sword. After ya is sword. It's not yasdurun. No, that is sa. It's yasdurun. That is sword. Saw. Nasu. It's not nasu because of the mud in front of the na. Ashtatal, another idgham, ashtatal, and that is why I just kept in the mud here. However, this is idgham bigayri gunna. There is no gunna in that place. Ashtatal. Just go and watch that video. You would understand it, Insha Allah. Liyuraw. أعمالهم. After the alif hamza, it is ayn, and that is why you say أعمالهم and not أعمالهم. يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم. يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم. يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم. فمن يعمل. And this is idgham. Idgham bigunna. That means if you want to recite this place, this underlined one, you would have to make gunna. Gunna is just to wait a bit before moving forward, and that is why you say فَمَن يَعْمَلْ and not فَمَن يَعْمَلْ. فَمَن يَعْمَلْ. The ya there is a letter of idgham. The noon is a noon sakina. Wherever you see a noon that doesn't have anything attached to it, that is a noon sakina. So whenever a noon sakina or even a tanween comes before an idgham later, the rule of idgham applies. And here the rule of idgham, you just make a gunna whilst you merge in the noon sakina and the letter of idgham. And that is why فَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ, not misqala, not mishqala. Tha'un alif bata tha, mithqala, and not mithqala, not qala. Qala, because qaf is a thick letter, and that is why you say qala. Dharratin. Note that there is another tajweed rule you are to apply here. This place I have underlined here is ishar. Ishar, I actually made the cycle limited to ta because in ishar it is obvious. You would recite it tying up the ta before moving on to the kha, and then you say the rotin, then khayron yara, the rotin. You know, I used to be confused then when I didn't understand tajweed. I used to be very confused. How would I recite this play? Is it the rotin? But I understand now, alhamdulillah. Khayron yara, khayron yara, khayron yara. Another rule of idgham there, idgham bigunna, khayron yara. And then you release a ra. All right. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. Do you take the note of how it is dharratin, then khayran yarah, and then I released a rah. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ. All right, this is a bonus because it's very similar to number 7. There are very little difference here. Like in this place, it's just the wa instead of fa, as in 7. Mithqala is just the same as that one, so recite it. Mithqala. All right. And then yeah, dharratin sharran yara. In that other one is khayran yara, and that was why there was izhar, because kha was a later of izhar, but this place there is a shin. Shin is a later of ikhfa, so the rule of ikhfa applies. You wouldn't tie up the ta and then move to the shin. No, you are to kind of enter in a beat. You're not entering, but you are to link it up with the shin, so that wherever the person listening to you would know that the next thing is that shin. وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. You're not properly entering it, as in the case of idgham. You're not making it obvious, as in the case of izhar. So it is ikhfa. Ikhfa is between izhar and idgham. ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. So I hope you understand it. وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. Alright, like this video so that YouTube would push it out to more people, and it will serve as sadaqatun jariyah for you. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. If you've missed other classes, make sure you check our other videos, and yeah, may Allah make it easy for you. Jazakumullah khairan. See you in our next class, inshallah.